The most dangerous territory in the world is not a war zone, and it is not a deep ocean trench. The most dangerous territory is the 6 inches of space between your ears in the dead of night, just before the sun breaks the horizon. There is a specific hour, a silent window of time that occurs while the rest of the civilization is paralyzed by sleep. It is a time that feels unnatural to the average man, a time that demands a toll to enter. We call this the witching hour of success. We call it 5 a.m. But this is not a story about a clock. This is a story about a war for the soul. It is a story about the devastating difference between those who sleep through their potential and those who wake up to seize it. It is about the biology of destiny. Consider 2 men, separated by 300 years of history, yet bound by the same crushing weight of obscurity. In the present day, we have Elias. He is 27 years old, living in a cramped apartment in Chicago. He is not unintelligent, he is not without talent, but he is drowning. He works a job that drains his spirit, and he returns home to numb his mind with the blue light of a screen. He stays awake until 2 a.m., consuming the lives of others, feeding on digital dopamine, terrified of the silence of his own thoughts. He wakes up at 8:30 a.m., already late, already anxious, already defeated by the day before it has even begun. He feels like a victim of a system that demands everything and gives nothing. He is poor, not just in money, but in spirit. He is a prisoner of his own comfort. Now, cast your mind back to the year 1723. The streets of Philadelphia are freezing, paved with cobblestones and horse manure. There is a boy here named Benjamin. He is 17 years old. He is a runaway. He has no money, no family connections in this city, and no formal education. He is dirty, he is hungry, and by all metrics of his time, he's destined to be a nobody, a manual laborer who will work until his back breaks and then be forgotten by history. But Benjamin possesses a weapon that Elias does not. Benjamin has discovered a secret leverage. While the masters of the city, the wealthy merchants and the aristocrats are buried under their warm quilts, Benjamin is awake. At 5 a.m. in the biting cold of a drafty room, he is reading, he is writing, he is planning. He is stealing hours from the universe to build a mind that will one day build a nation. The tragedy of the modern age is not a lack of opportunity, it is an excess of distraction. Elias believes he has no time. He tells himself that he is too exhausted to pursue his dreams. He looks at the successful men of his time, the CEOs, the athletes, the creators, and he thinks they possess some magic gene that he lacks. He is wrong. The difference is not genetics. The difference is the battle of the morning. When Elias's alarm goes off, he hits snooze. That simple action is a declaration of surrender. It is a psychological signal to his subconscious that his comfort is more important than his ambition. He starts his day with a failure. He starts his day by breaking a promise to himself. And that failure cascades. It infects his confidence, it infects his work, and it infects his bank account. Benjamin, however, treats the morning not as a chore, but as a sanctuary. In the silence of the 18th century, before the chaos of the printing press begins, before the demands of customers and creditors arise, he owns the world. There is a concept in psychology called ego depletion. It suggests that your willpower is a battery. By the end of the day, after making hundreds of decisions, after fighting traffic, after dealing with stress, your battery is empty. That is why Elias fails at night. He tries to build his future when he is weakest. He tries to study, to work on his side business, to exercise when his brain is begging for rest. Benjamin understands the economy of energy. He pays himself first. He invests his peak mental clarity into his own development before the world can take a single cent of his attention. The struggle they face is identical. Do not think that the past was easier. Benjamin Franklin faced the struggle of physical survival. If he did not work, he did not eat. The cold was a physical pain. The candle wax cost money. Every hour he spent awake cost him something. But Benjamin faces a psychological survival. He is fighting a war against algorithms designed by the smartest engineers in the world to keep him sedated. The struggle is the temptation of the warm bed. It is the voice in the back of the head that whispers, "Just 5 more minutes. It doesn't matter. You are nobody anyway." The struggle is the same. It is the fight between the biological urge for comfort and the spiritual need for growth. The bed is a grave. It is comfortable, it is warm, and if you stay in it too long, your dreams die there. Let us dissect the mindset. Elias views 5 a.m. as a punishment. He sees it as a deprivation of sleep. He calculates his life based on what he's losing. If I wake up now, I will be tired. This is the mindset of scarcity. It is the mindset of the poor man who hoards his pennies while his roof leaks. Benjamin views 5 a.m. as an acquisition. He is not losing sleep, he is gaining life. He understands that the hours between 5 a.m. and 8 a.m. are the golden hours. In these 3 hours, there are no interruptions. The phone does not ring, the emails do not come. The world has not yet started its screaming match. In this silence, a man can do the work of 8 hours. Benjamin knows that if he wins the morning, he has already won the day. Even if the rest of the day is a disaster, he has already banked his progress. This requires a level of discipline that is terrifying to the average person. Discipline is not a buzzword. Discipline is the ability to ignore your current feelings in favor of your long-term results. The act of rising at 5 a.m. is an act of violence against your weaker self. When the alarm screams in the darkness, your body floods with cortisol. Your brain rationalizes, it begs, it bargains. It says, "Start tomorrow." It says, "You had a hard week." Elias listens to this voice. He negotiates with terrorists. Benjamin does not negotiate. He understands that the moment of waking is a binary choice. You are either the master of your mind or you are its slave. There is no middle ground. The pain of waking up early lasts for 5 minutes. The pain of regret lasts for a lifetime. Consider the compounding interest of this habit. Elias sleeps until the last possible moment. He rushes. He is reactive. He spends his life responding to other people's demands. He is a leaf in the wind. Benjamin, by waking 3 hours early every day, gains roughly 1,000 hours of extra productivity a year. 1,000 hours. That is the equivalent of 40 full 24-hour days, or more accurately, it is the equivalent of 25 full-time work weeks. Over 10 years, Benjamin lives an entirely separate lifetime within his own life. While his competitors are sleeping, he has read a library. While they are dreaming of success, he has forged the iron required to hold it. This was how a printer's apprentice became a scientist, a diplomat, and a writer. It wasn't magic.
The sacrifice is real. We must not romanticize this. To wake up at 5 a.m. means you cannot live like everyone else. You cannot stay out until midnight drinking with friends who are going nowhere. You cannot binge-watch television series until your eyes bleed. You have to say goodbye to the culture of mediocrity. Elias is afraid of missing out. He has FOMO. He is terrified that if he disconnects, he will be alone. Benjamin embraced solitude. He realized that to be exceptional, you must be the exception. You must be willing to be the weird one. You must be willing to walk into the darkness while others cling to the light. The sacrifice is social. The sacrifice is comfort, but the reward is sovereignty. Let's look at the outcome. Elias is 40 years old now. He is still tired. He is still in debt. He looks back at his youth and wonders where the time went. He realizes he slept through his prime. He traded his destiny for a pillow. The comfort he sought became his cage. He is bitter, blaming the economy, blaming the government, blaming his parents. He never realized that the door to his prison was unlocked every morning at 5 a.m., but he refused to push it open. Benjamin, by the time he was 40, had retired from business, a wealthy man, to dedicate his life to science and public service. He shaped the lightning. He shaped the Constitution. His legacy is etched into the bedrock of history. He did not just make money, he made meaning. The lesson here is not about the specific hour on the clock. If you work a night shift, your 5 a.m. might be 2 p.m. The lesson is about the principle of the first fruits. In ancient times, farmers would offer the first crops of the harvest to the gods. It was a sign of respect and priority. Your time is your harvest. Who gets the first fruits of your day? Does your boss get them? Does your Instagram feed get them? Does the news get them? Or do you give them to your future self? The poor man pays everyone else first and tries to save what is left. The rich man, rich in purpose, pays himself first. He takes the best energy, the sharpest focus, and he uses it to build his ladder out of the abyss. This is a dark truth that society hides from you. You are not tired because you are working too hard. You are tired because you are doing nothing that sparks the fire in your soul. You are tired because you are losing the daily battle for control. The fatigue Elias feels is the fatigue of defeat. The energy Benjamin feels is the energy of momentum. Action generates energy. Stagnation breeds exhaustion. Waking up early is the spark plug. It tells the universe that you are a predator, not prey. It signifies that you are hunting for your destiny, not waiting for it to be delivered by Amazon. Look at your life right now. Look at the dusty dreams on the shelf. Look at the bank account that barely moves. Look at the body that is slowly softening. You are waiting for a savior. You are waiting for a lucky break. You are waiting for permission. No one is coming to save you. The only person coming to save you is the version of you that wakes up while the stars are still out, the version of you that drags your body out of the warmth and into the cold reality of execution, the version of you that understands that a year from now you will wish you had started today. The alarm clock is not a noise, it is a question. It asks you every single morning, how badly do you want it? The average man hits snooze and answers, not bad enough. The exceptional man rises. He steps onto the cold floor. He washes his face. He steps into the silence. And in that silence, he hears the sound of his own potential waiting to be unleashed. The sun will rise whether you are awake or not. The world will spin whether you move or not. But your destiny, that sits in the dark waiting for you to come and claim it. There is a peace in the early morning that cannot be purchased. It is the peace of knowing you are ahead. It is the peace of knowing you are doing what is hard. It is the peace of self-respect. When you conquer the morning, you walk into the day with armor. The insults of the world cannot hurt you because you have already won the most important battle of the day. You have defeated the weakness within yourself. Elias is a slave to his impulses. Benjamin is the master of his fate. Which one are you? The clock is ticking. The morning is coming. The darkness is not your enemy. It is your canvas. Wake up. Paint your masterpiece before the rest of the world even opens its eyes.